game? Make a game! What a game! What a game! I'm a Kamen Rider.
What's up, everybody? It's the Quarter Guy, and it's time for a little speculation. Now, during the Nintendo Direct Mini that Nintendo dropped on us from out of nowhere last Thursday, it's been revealed the game from which the next Smash character will be coming. It's coming from ARMS. So yeah, I was surprised we were getting an ARMS character considering the face of the franchise is an assist trophy, but I guess they wanted to make some noise about ARMS, especially considering that they also had this like free period for playing ARMS, and there's a new Party Crash coming like this next weekend, first weekend in April. I guess they might be working on a sequel. I don't know, but certainly does seem a little likely. They want to make, well, ARMS is a fun game. It's got some neat mechanics, and it's got some cool character designs, and it's a lot of fun. But I figured today I'd go through the current roster. Well, the roster, after all. But and I want to go through each character's chances the way I personally see it. Alrighty. Let's start with the face of the franchise, Springman. I honestly don't think his chances are too likely based on one particular thing. He is already an assist trophy. Granted, we've seen characters promoted from assist trophy to playable character, but never in the same game. Little Mac was an assist trophy in Brawl. He became playable in Smash 4. That being the main example here. But the thing is, if Springman does become a playable character in Smash Ultimate, I feel that's going to open the floodgates. And we don't want people harassing Sakurai for the sake of Waluigi. We all know how that went. Let's go to the more likely candidates. Ribbon Girl had a Mii costume, but that's and a spirit, but that's pretty much it. Ninjara just has a spirit, same with Twin Tail and Min Min. I honestly think that, personally, I think Min Min has the best chance, mainly because ARMS had an event called the Party Crash Bash. For those of you who've been playing ARMS since the beginning, you know about these Party Crash events that are basically the ARMS equivalent of Splatfests. And it culminated in this big tournament called the Party Crash Bash. And in the end, Min Min ended up winning the event, so there's no denying her popularity. So, out of those four, I think Min Min has the best chance of being the playable character. And in the process, it would debunk the whole spirits deconfirm argument. Which means there'd be a chance to see Shantae! Out of the characters who don't have spirits, I only see two that are particularly likely in my opinion. Those being the Commissioner, Max Brass, and the game's pretty much villain, Dr. Coyle, who I actually called for on my top 10 characters I want in Smash Ultimate. Now, as for the other characters, Bite and Bark, Kid Cobra, Master Mummy, Mechanica, Helix, Missango, and Lola Pop, they have a chance of being that character, but I don't think it's likely to be one of those. Granted, we could be wrong. Well, I could be wrong, and if I am wrong, I'll admit it, but that's just my particular take. Anyways, we'll find out in June, which I'm guessing will be the presentation that Nintendo would have had planned for E3, were it not cancelled due to the pandemic. Anyways, some quick updates. I hope you all enjoyed Top 10 Video Game Mindfucks. And I've already figured out what my next QG at the Arcade is going to be. It's going to be on the Metal Slug series, considering that SNK has been bringing a couple of their franchises out of the shadows, and Metal Slug seems to be next on the list. So, I plan to go over the arcade Metal Slug titles and see what made them fun. My Extra Life campaign continues. I've raised $15 so far. If you want to contribute to my campaign, go to the Extra Life link down below. It's www.extra-life.org/participant/reporter-guide. Remember, if you donate with a code for Super Mario Maker 2 or Mega Man Maker, I'll play your level on video or on stream. And for my question of the week, who do you think will be the ARMS character who makes it into Smash? As always, answers in the comments, favorite comments featured in the next episode. Here are last week's winners. And with that, time for the fourth wall mailbag. As always, look for the community post your questions there, and I'll answer my favorites in the next episode. First question this week comes from Josh McCallop, who asks, if a Galar Pokemon is revealed for Smash, which do you want it to be? Okay, I'm going to be honest, if they do bring in a Gen 8 Pokemon for this, I think it's going to be one of the starters, and I think the likely choice would be Cinderace of those three. However, let me throw you a little curveball with a Pokemon that isn't a starter, yet is popular among players of Gen 8. Toxtricity. I mean, we already have electric Pokemon in the game. I mean, look at Pikachu, he's the face of the franchise. Well, Pikachu's the face of the franchise, I don't want to assign gender, but Toxtricity is very popular among Gen 8 Pokemon. I mean, first Poison Electric as far as I know, but cool design, cool concept, cool attacks, a real rocker motif. I think it would be interesting to play as Toxtricity. And considering that a lot of people like him, it would be a very popular choice. I'm having trouble thinking of other possible Pokemon that would fit in Smash from Gen 8, but who knows? Next question comes from TFFan102, who asks, are the main bosses in the Mega Man Zero series called Mavericks, or are they called something else? Okay, time for a little education on here. During the Zero series, Maverick is more of a political label than anything else. I mean, in the city of Neo Arcadia, Reploids were labeled as second-class citizens, and those who resisted being retired for the sake of energy were basically labeled as Mavericks. Actually, the bosses in the Mega Man Zero series, they're actually referred to as Mutos Reploids, or Mutos Reploids, or however it's pronounced. It's actually referred to on one of the data discs you find in Mega Man Zero 3. And the bosses in Zero 3 are referred to as Vile's numbers, and in Zero 4 they're referred to as the Einherjar, or the 8 Warriors. But, technically they're not labeled as Mavericks, so that's what we got here. Next question comes from Andrew Hayes, who asks, how do you feel that the pandemic has canceled E3 2020? It's definitely a problem, and it's a bummer, but E3's been falling on hard times anyway, with people leaving and the whole exhibitor leak, but this might be a crushing blow to E3 that it might not recover from. And it looks like my battery's running low. Final question comes from PSB123, who asks, how would you react if a Smash trailer for Dante had a silent tribute to Spooky Woobler? I would literally never ask Sakurai for anything ever again.